What's up, folks? Title might be a little bit of clickbait, but really it's not. DSP Gaming, there is something going on with him. Is he sick? It looks like it. I'm not a doctor, but I mean, let's take a look at the man behind me. I'm actually going to move to the other side of the screen here. So this is DSP's stream yesterday. It's his early stream, his morning stream, whatever you want to call it, where he made like an insane amount of money. People have never shown up in his chat, decided to come in and drop the man like $1,000. And honestly, this is what he looked like yesterday. Looks like DSP, right?
What the fuck? Where do you fucking see someone shooting bow arrows? Where? Where?
Now, DSP came on his night stream last night and something looked off. And I don't know if it's because he's been eating a lot of fast food and he's got health conditions. You know, the thing with DSP is a very inactive lifestyle. We all know that. The guy sits in front of his computer for at least 8 hours a day, whether it's doing upload, streaming, whatever. So he sits a lot. He doesn't exercise. He's already admitted that. He does his DSP, tries it, eats a lot of fast food, does a lot of DoorDash. For a while, he was eating a lot of snacks on stream. So things that are unhealthy for somebody in their 40s to be doing. Now, because somebody decided to donate like $900+ to DSP yesterday, he hit like 6 goals. He hit a bunch of goals, maybe even 7. And because DSP hit a bunch of goals, he did his DSP Tries It, where he ordered McDonald's Minecraft meals and ate it in front of you. So he did that, and I think it's somewhere over here. Yep.
Inside is the figure in the code. All right, because people are saying, be sure not to show the code. I'm playing Minecraft for my birthday this coming Sunday.
Keep an eye on the symmetry in his face. This is really what I want to emphasize. You know, his eyes are level. His mouth, you know, is somewhat level. Like, he looks pretty normal for how DSP has been looking lately.
On your Switch at once? Of course not. You're going to want to expand. But these micro SD cards, these express ones, are brand new tech and are way overpriced. $200 for 1 terabyte? I mean, what's the sweet spot of pricing? $100 for 512 gigabytes? Do you understand how overpriced that is? It's insane. And there is no reason.
Then DSP comes back around 6 o'clock his time, so 2 hours have passed. Now, already, can you tell me what looks different about this stream and specifically DSP's face? Let's watch a little bit.
See, indifferent to your approach. There's no map in this game, right? Or is there? I don't think there's a map, is there?
It has something to do with motor carriage racing.
Amnesiac Aaron, we are playing Schedule 1 during my birthday marathon this coming Sunday. We're actually saving it because people wanted some cool variety for the marathon, and I'm also going to be buzzed during the marathon. And people thought that me drinking when I play it might actually be quite funny. So this Sunday, don't miss it. It's going to be great because he just asked about it in chat.
Dude, I think you're having a stroke. I don't think you need any more alcohol.
Come to think of it, I can't really feel anything on the left half of my body.
Really?
That's better.
Could his body be reacting to the salt content that he ingested? I mean, look at this. This is crazy. This is the symmetry in his face is very different.
Expected it. She's not here for the murder. Okay.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that his recovery...
Are you coming from the perspective of the company or the workers? In this case, maybe there is a definitive answer in the game.
Now, if you've made it this far and you don't realize what we're looking at, he's got a very large droop on the left side of his face. Like, his mouth goes down like this.
If I may ask, I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the dspthrowback union is...
Right there, he looks like he's aware of it. And he's doing these, like, weird facial expressions, almost as if he's, like, trying to pull the muscle back up to match the other side of his face. Is he looking at the camera right now at himself? Possibly.
So here, they're forcing you to make a choice. An effective advocate for the rights of local workmen. No, it's cool. You've got integrity.
Cool. I wouldn't go that far.
Now, I've been kind of DSP'd out. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been tough. It's been tough. It's been real tough to be watching this guy and stay sane. especially just the past few weeks, the cop-outs, the lying, the rewriting of history, just everything he's doing to completely cover up the past few weeks with Kino Casino has been interesting, to say the least. And things are kind of getting to a boring point. But there's something very wrong with him here.
I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comment.
Interesting to you're going to come out on top.
And I know I'm probably coming off like a jerk here, but it probably couldn't happen to a worse person. I almost said better person, but it almost couldn't happen to a worse person. Like this is karma right here. These health conditions are karma. Why do I think they're karma? Because DSP is an asshole to the people that pay his bills. Let's take a look. So this is from today's stream. He goes on a tangent about the Nintendo Switch 2 because he's a fucking cheapskate. There's no other way to describe it. You've seen his other content. He's a cheapskate, and we'll get into that later. But he goes off on a tangent about Cyberpunk on the Nintendo Switch. Let's just take a quick look at it.
You say, well, there are people who only play Nintendo. They're not looking to play Cyberpunk. Get it? Like, they're already of the Nintendo mindset. What do they want to play? The new Mario Kart. You know, the new Donkey Kong, the new Metroid. When the new Mario comes out, when the new Zelda comes out, they're all over it. They'll play party games on there. They don't care about Cyberpunk. So it's just so ludicrous. Nintendo lives in another dimension, man. They really, there's some fantasy world where they think that the whole world revolves.
Gee, as if it's such a bad thing to have a new console with launch titles for it, right? Oh my God. You know, because the people who don't have friends over and are playing it by themselves in bed don't want to play a single player game. What's wrong with Cyberpunk? I mean, it's called launch titles, dude. They did it on every console in every generation before. They would relaunch games. Cyberpunk was never on the Switch, and the Switch 2 can handle it now. So why wouldn't they put it on there?
Revolves around Nintendo. It doesn't. Look, even the Hamburglar zombie can't take it. He is so ridiculously embarrassed for Nintendo that
this guy is pulling up his fucking Minecraft toys that he got. When leading up to this, he was like, and Minecraft toys and collectibles, like he was some grown adult, and here he is with little fucking toys in his background playing with them.
he fell over. Did you see that? So here we go. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition will be a launch title on June 5th. $69.99. The game will be distributed on a 64 gigabyte game card. This does contain both the game and the expansion, and no additional download will be required. However, if you don't want to buy the game card and you want to get it digitally, it's 64 gigs. Now, what was I saying yesterday about the storage space on the Switch 2? The storage space on Switch 2 is only 256 gigs, but remember, anywhere from like 20 to 50 of those gigs are going to be used for the operating system, for other apps, and things like that. So you probably only have about 200 gigs of storage on your Switch 2. If you get Cyberpunk and you don't,
like, you can't just go buy like a 1 or 2 terabyte micro SD card for like $100 that can house more than enough games that you'll need to play on it. I mean, I've got a 1 terabyte in my Steam Deck, and I have tons and tons of games installed. And if I needed to install one, I just uninstall one that I'm not playing. So this is like a stupid argument here. But let's keep going.
don't buy the physical edition, you've already taken up 1/3 of the storage space on your Switch 2.
Again, this is like one of those things where he probably didn't do enough research, and I would assume that there's probably an expansion slot for you to put a micro SD card in. Listen, I haven't looked into the Switch 2. I'm not speaking out of fact. I'm just saying, the Steam Deck, for example, I can't imagine that Nintendo wouldn't copy this feature. The Steam Deck, I think, comes with an NVMe drive, but I think it can also, the cheaper ones might come with an SD card instead. But there's an expansion slot. So I have like a 512 gigabyte NVMe with my operating system on my Steam Deck. And then I've got a SD card that's like a 1 terabyte or something like that, or like a 512 gigs for like less intense games, and I can have more than I'll ever need on it. So I'd be hard pressed to find out that Nintendo doesn't have any sort of expansion slot. If they don't, that's too bad. But it's not hard to go out and buy like a 1 terabyte card. I'm sure you could just install the operating system that Nintendo Switch 2 uses. I don't know for a fact, but the thing's not out yet. So he's making these arguments about it, and we don't have any of the facts yet. At least that I know of.
With one game. So it seems everything that I was speculating yesterday is true. I was right on the money. This thing is going to fill up within 2-3 games. You're going to have no space for anything. Okay? Keep in mind, you also got to save your games. They got to go somewhere, right?
And how much storage do you think game saves take up? Because it's probably in the kilobytes. You're not going to notice it.
Continuing on. Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, Cyberpunk 2077 is $70 on the Switch too. I don't know what Nintendo is thinking. They're literally charging full price for games that have been out for 5-6 years and you can get for like $20 on another platform.
Really? All right, let's look. And before you flame me in the comments, yes, I'm aware you can buy things at like cdkeys.com. I mean, sometimes Humble Bundle, Green Man Gaming. They have keys that are cheaper, but we're looking at retailers, right? We're looking at like the big retailers most people would go to buy their games from. I'm looking on Steam right now. Cyberpunk 2077 is still $60, Phil, just for the base game, buddy, on PC. You want to buy the expansion that the Switch version comes with? You're paying $82.78 after an 8% discount. So you're still paying less than what the game is actually retailing for on Steam. You want to buy just the expansion? It's $30 and it came out a couple years ago. The game's not necessarily 5 years old. They just released an expansion 2 years ago for it. So the game isn't irrelevant, you know? These are called launch titles. Many systems launch with launch titles that aren't new. Of course, Nintendo Switch doesn't want to just launch with like Mario and Donkey Kong and that's it and have 2 games available for people to play. No, they got third-party titles. The other thing is, I don't even think Nintendo's fully responsible for the price of the title. I think they probably give developers like an idea of how much to charge or how much their games are charging for, like first-party games. But I mean, not every game on the Switch is $80, $70. There are games that are older on the Switch that are coming out, third-party titles that are cheaper. So I think those are probably set by CD Projekt Red. Who knows? So anyway, moving on. I just wanted to get that tidbit out of the way because it was driving me nuts that he just spews all this information out of his ass and provides nothing to back his statements up. Like he's just like, you could buy these titles for $20, $30. Where, Phil? Let's go to PlayStation. The game retails for $50 on PlayStation right now. Yeah, it's on sale, but you want to buy just the base game, it's $50 on PlayStation. Okay. And then you want to buy the expansion for it because that's what the Switch version comes with. It's another $30. You're paying $80 for it, Phil. Ignore the fact that it's on sale until 4/10, whatever. Maybe I chose the wrong platform. But where is it $20 other than the sale price? And that's the price of the expansion. Even the base game's more than $20. What else do we have? We have Xbox. Oh, you want to buy Cyberpunk on the Xbox? Oh yeah, that'll be $60 for the base game, or $80 for the game and the expansion. So where is it $20 for the game, Phil? Where are your facts to back up all the shit that you spew out of your mouth? All right. Now, I sound horrible saying this, and he's been having some medical problems, and karma seems to be catching up to the right person because Phil, for a guy who gets his money crowdfunded by the individuals that watch him, aka his viewers, who donate to keep his business going, let's see how Phil treats his fans. So this is from today. This was after the whole Switch 2 complaining about the prices, complaining about the games, talking about how he thinks it's not doing anything innovative. For a guy who makes positive content, has a negative outlook on everything, and just thinks the worst of everything. So let's see what somebody says.
Let's get that up on the leaderboard. I received a $3 tip from Beaver Bother. Why call Nintendo consumers idiots when you'll be pre-ordering and playing day one? Because I just explained that I'm a content creator who needs to cover it for work and that you guys want to see me cover it so that you don't have to spend it right away. That's the whole idea. If you don't understand that, you're pretty stupid. Like, no, seriously, like that's a really dumb thing to say, to not understand the difference between a common consumer where video games are their escape or their entertainment, while for me, it's work. You're a dunce. Thanks for the $3 tip. Okay.
What the fuck is he talking about? Your work is playing video games, dude, and it's not work by any standard. Because people throw you money for playing video games does not make it a job. The people who stream online and play video games for a living, like Twitch and Kick and Rumble, Those people are lucky. They're one of the lucky few. And Phil takes that for granted because these people pay this guy to play video games all day. And to him, it's just work. So he's going to throw that back in your face and not be thankful and say, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to buy this because he's a fucking cheapskate. So you don't have to. But the thing's not out yet and you know nothing about it. We've already proved that Phil is wrong about a couple of things that he said. But here, let's shit on a fan that actually likes Nintendo and doesn't understand why you're going to buy it if you have such a negative outlook towards it, and then talk shit about the people that consume Nintendo products. Also, this guy tips Phil all the time. It's not a lot, but he'll tip him $1 to $3 and a $5 tips. And like, he's not thankful for the small money at all. He's only thankful for the big bucks that come in. You know, the $100 tips, the $50 tips, the 20 gifted memberships. That's all he cares about because those are money that he sees in his pocket. He's already made it known. When some guy tipped him in a foreign currency, he was like, that doesn't even register on my Richter scale because it was so few when it translated to USD that Phil shit on the guy's currency. But that's Phil. We all knew that already. Let's take a look at a few more clips where Phil is rotten to his own fans.
Will this literally be my entire night? Was the one asshole disrespectful piece of human garbage and then I can't play anybody else? No, he wasn't good. He was a fucking loser. He was a complete fucking loser. In fact, just because you said that, I don't want you in my chat because you're a dunce. He was a button-mashing scrub. By the way, Nick says, scrubbing the audio is worse for everyone but you. Nick, what is better? Being able to watch the playthrough or having a blocked video? What a stupid thing to say. It's not better for me. You want to listen to and watch the video, correct? You don't want to sit there with a muted video or a video that says not available in your territory, do you? I didn't make the music rules on YouTube, okay? So wake the fuck up. What a dumb thing to say in my chat. Watch my interview with Kino Casino and Josh Moon from yesterday, and you'll definitely understand what I'm talking about. It's actually clipped right now over on the Kino Casino Clips channel. You can check it out here on YouTube. Go check it out there because it's more edited for time and it's better. So there you go. Go check it out, and we're done. There's no other further discussion. I've already talked about it. It's over. No, you're not going to get to ask me. In fact, the same fucking, literally, goodbye. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding you. As I'm saying this right now, someone in chat says, oh, well, why did you take you so long to fuck? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and get out of my chat and don't come back. The king decrees you are a plebeian and a little wimp and a peon. Get the fuck out of the king's court. I'm tired of wasting my time repeating myself. The king does not repeat himself. You're asking if did I ever have a stroke because the right side of my face doesn't move when I talk? What the fuck are you talking about? You're a fucking idiot. In fact, you know what? Get the fuck out. And I mean that because that's not something to joke about. All right? I'm serious. You're an asshole because you think that's funny, but people who actually have strokes, that happens to them. And for you to make a joke like that, I'm not even offended because you joked about me. I'm offended because you think it's funny to joke about having a stroke and having your face paralyzed. So you can go fuck off and get permanently banned from the chat, you piece of shit. You think that it's funny to make fun of someone who have a medical condition and their face is paralyzed. Yeah, well, you know what I think is funny? Kicking your fucking ass out of my chat forever because you're an inconsiderate douchebag. Fuck off. Okay.
It sounded like the guy just asked him a question. He read the question back. I don't think the guy was making fun of him. But this is what you expect on a DSP stream. I mean, this is what you get, I should say. This is a daily occurrence. Don't ask the same question as somebody else that he's already answered. You might get in trouble.
That lag, I'm just going to ban all of you. Because you're talking about another streamer, you're derailing the chat entirely, and I don't give a fuck. So if I look at that chat one more time on Kick and you're talking about another Kick streamer, you will be permanently banned and not unbanned ever. Just for the record. It's always been the rule. Why are you talking about another fucking streamer when I'm streaming? If you want to do that, leave the fucking stream and go watch them and leave us alone. Okay? Or else it's free advertisement for someone else. Go fuck yourself. Get out of my chat now. And there's the first person to get banned. Might as well ban you. All right, goodbye. Okay, who's next? I would love to clear out the Kick chat and get all the dumb fucks out of there. Seriously. Let's do a nice clean sweep tonight of the morons.
Here comes a new challenger.
Here's another one. We're gonna actually play MVC 1. I can't believe it. We're actually playing MVC 1. So there you go. Go check it out, and we're done. There's no other further discussion. I've already talked about it. It's over. No, you're not going to get to ask me. In fact, the same fucking, literally, goodbye. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding you. As I'm saying this right now, someone in chat says, oh, well, why did you take you so long to fuck? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and get out of my chat and don't come back. The king decrees you are a plebeian and a little wimp and a peon. Get the fuck out of the king's court. I'm tired of wasting my time repeating myself. The king does not repeat himself.
Wow, this aged poorly. Okay, what else we got?
Are we good? Oh, beside this guy, yep. Basically, a bunch of idiots showed up to talk shit when I was saying that. Because, you know, they don't like reality. They like to live in their parallel dimension, and they don't believe reality for what it is. So, fuck you and get out of my chat. Okay. What happened? There was a blip over here, and then a bunch of people got banned at the same time for being trolls. So, that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Drock $2 million to throw on the vest and show the phone to dunk on your trolls. Here we go again. You're a moron. I'm not even gonna fucking bring a dress for the millionth time. Why the fuck I'm not showing my phone to anybody because of how bad that would be if I did, okay?
Oh, why?
All right. Bobby, aren't you gonna come into the shrine?
Wouldn't just be a bunch of apps? I wonder how many gacha games are on there.
All right, sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to read what a bunch of idiots were saying on Kick, and I banned a bunch of morons. Because here's the thing. A lot of people seem to think that because content is meaningful, because content is positive, it can't be entertaining. That's completely false. Would I be successful if people didn't find my content entertaining? No. Here's the difference. There's a lot more younger, immature, very disrespectful, very immoral people on this planet than there are people who are older, more mature, more positive, and who actually want to do something meaningful with their time.
That's crazy coming from the guy who tried to skirt the system with his taxes, the guy who tried to be the king snake on Kino Casino and leak DMs and lie about his wife potentially having cancer, quote unquote, talk about his mom dying. Yeah, that's not immoral, right? That's not immature. I mean, all you have to do is just tune into a DSP stream and you'll probably see him insulting his viewers within like 5 minutes. Usually, if you see him looking over, he's going to insult somebody. If he gets a low tip, he's going to insult somebody. This is just the way it is. But I don't know. That's all I got on this one, y'all. Hit me with a like, comment, subscribe. Subscriptions are huge right now, so I appreciate y'all if you're subscribing. Peace.